So you've seen us move the bigger old spots out into the woods. We've still got the 3 that's in here that we just weaned. Remember, one of them was the one that got down that we thought was gonna die, but we ended up saving it. They're all 3 doing really good, but we're gonna move them out of this pen. Things are always changing around here on the farm. I'm wanting to do away with this pond. It served its purpose, but as you've seen in another video, they rooted it out so much around the foundation of that building that we're afraid it's cracked, and we don't want that to happen again. We just got other ideas here. So we're gonna go get busy and move these. We're gonna actually just move them up here to where the sheep were. We've moved the sheep out of there. Like I said, always changing. So let's go see if we can get them out without no problem. Hey, babe, 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 babe.
Hey, pig, 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 pig. Hey, pig, pig. I'm gonna keep him from going back over here.
Go, 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 go.
Go on, pig. Go on, pig.
All right, so when you're putting up a hot wire and putting in your charger, the ground rod is one of the more important things. You want a long ground rod to make good contact with the soil. That way it has a lot hotter shock when it's needed or touched. So ground rod is really, really important. You want to put a long, good galvanized ground rod in the ground. .7 kilovolt. That thing gonna be popping. All right, so y'all know this pen was for our sheep. We had a hot wire up here at the top to keep Katie from getting out. Since we moved them out and her out, I've moved it down. When running a hot wire for pigs, you don't want it very far off the ground. So I've got that one roughly 8 inches off the ground. That way when they start rooting, they can't get under the fence before they get zapped. But you want it high enough off the ground. That way when they start rooting, they don't throw dirt and grass and all kind of debris up on it and short it out. That right there is the height that we found works best, especially on small pigs.
You want to give us an example of how it works?
No, no. But this hot wire is just to train these small pigs on to respect the hot wire. That way when we move them to the woods, they don't want nothing to do with it. Old Dot's the only one up here eating. I guess the rest of them already got full. Come on, buddy. Come eat. Are you camera shy now? Are you camera shy? Huh?
Hey, babies. Oh, y'all are too funny. Too funny. So this is a really exciting day for us. We showed y'all taking you with us on a little road trip to get these girls and guys, and we are super excited to have new pigs here on the farm. So we kind of got the cart before the horse a couple weeks ago. We told you about the awesome deal we scored on the piglets we were getting. Well, that backfired on us. We didn't actually get that great of a deal, but I still feel like we got a good deal, and we're really excited to bring these pigs to our farm. This is something we have been talking about wanting to do for a while. These are actually show pigs that came from a very well-known, popular show pig farm here in Arkansas. And these are culls for one reason or another. You're gonna see in there a couple of them, 3 of them have big hernias on their belly. That in no way affects us raising them for meat. They definitely would not be raised for a show pig, and those are not something we will probably raise up to a big size for a butcher hog, but we did get a very smoking deal on them. They will probably be sold as like a small roaster pig. But the reason we went with these is because these are Berkshire crosses, and that is something we have been wanting to play around with, crossing in with our GOS old spots. So like I said, these are show pigs, and that is something we've been wanting to cross in with ours. Most of these are perfectly good. In fact, a lot of people would show these, but this is such a large, well-known, like top of the line show company. They are their culls. But Berkshire is something we've been wanting to cross in and just experiment with the old spots. We're in no way leaving the old spots. We're just wanting to tamper with putting some other characteristics in with our pigs, like the big hams on the rear end. These things are so hilarious looking, how big and muscular they are. And then coupled with the lard of the old spot, we're really thinking it could just be a winner. Now this one right here, we got for pretty much next to nothing. He has a big hernia, as you can see. It's not affecting him or his health as he's young. The main thing is it would never need to have piglets. Obviously it's a boy, so it wouldn't be, but it wouldn't be a good show pig either. Mainly they sell those as small, like roaster pigs, and that's probably what we'll do with it. So we're about to let these girls and guys out. There's 23 of these. We are going to be raising a lot of them for butcher, for our meat business. We're going to be keeping maybe 3 or 4 of these for sows to mix in with our old spots. And we will probably at some point be selling a few as well. If you're local and interested in one, for sure hit us up. Email us is the best way. Sometimes we miss things like that on comments, so I would definitely email. They will most likely be cut boars that we sell, because we don't have very many females and we're probably going to keep those, but they'll be perfect to raise for butcher. And that leads me to the next thing. That's why some of this footage is so hilarious about them packed in this building like sardines. We were told we were going to get little weaning piglets, and so to us that means little weaning piglets, and these things are big and beefy. So they've already got a super head start. We're about to let them out. They're tame as can be. In fact, they're sniffing my clothes and everything right now. They're totally fine to go out of here. We've got a Gallagher hot wire set up with a Gallagher charger and everything that is popping hot. So I feel like one pop, they're probably not even gonna try. But anyway, let's see how this goes. Ben's cracking jokes behind the camera. He just said they're not big and beefy, they're porky. So. Fantastic. They're doing so great. We do have one little issue we're out here we're going to take care of. I'm going to share that with you guys in case you ever encountered this with pigs on your homestead. Before we get to that, we are doing fantastic for those who have asked. Feeling great. We're actually actually out of official quarantine at this point. There's a lot of working pieces when you get put in quarantine as far as when you were exposed, and a lot of tracing they do and all things like that. And so we've been officially released. We're still being very careful around other people, but just wanted you guys to know that we are doing great. Even with going and picking these pigs up, we were very, very careful. Even though we have been released from quarantine, we do not want to expose someone else accidentally. So let's get to this pig problem. As soon as we picked these up and got home, we realized one of them has pink eye. In fact, we noticed it unloading it off the trailer 2 hours after we picked them up. And so we've been in contact with the vet, and we're going to show you what we're going to do about it. This is a very easy fix. We pride ourselves on saying none of our pigs and cows and everything that we raise is ever given antibiotics and things like that. And this, if it had to be any of them, is thankfully one of the ones with the hernia. So this is not going into our butcher raising program for feeding these out for meat. But a lot of these things, the antibiotics, if you have to give antibiotics to something you're going to eat, I know none of us want to, but in order to save their life, if you have to, a lot of the withdrawal periods, meaning the time it's in their system, is very short. So I know that's not ideal, but it's just like with us. If you had pneumonia and they said take some antibiotics or die, you're probably going to take them even though you don't want to. You're going to give your animals antibiotics in extreme circumstances. But what we for sure want to avoid is antibiotics when they're not needed, or like preventatively in feed. That is used a lot in factory farming. That is what we never want to get into. But again, this is one of the ones with the hernia, so let's get to it. So this is her. We're going to try to get in there and catch her and get her taken care of.
I know the best way to do this.
It's gonna be a beast.
Rub it in there. That ain't never easy.
So we got her taken care of. That wound up being a little bit of a rodeo. She was a lot stouter than she looked, but we got it done. And what we're using, this is what the vet told us to use. This is called Today. There's what's called Today and Tomorrow. They are for milk cows, actually. This product Today is for ones that are being milked right now, and then Tomorrow is when you're gonna dry a cow off. You put that on, put that in their teat until they calve the next time. So they're two different products. This one is the Today, and the withdrawal time when you use it on a cow is 96 hours. So you can see it's not supposed to stay in their system a long time. So basically you just want some sort of an ointment with a penicillin in it, and you put that directly in their eye. It's just a little gel, and it will just get right to the root of the problem. We called our vet, and this is what he suggested we use. These are cheap. You can buy them by the tube at any store like TSC or anywhere like that, and they're just a couple bucks per tube. If you're going to use this on a cow, you're going to need probably several of these on hand, but for this situation we barely used any of this. So we're going to put this up. Probably won't keep it a super long time, but we're going to put it up in case we need to remedicate that one, or we have any others that come down with it, because as you know, pink eye is contagious. But for now, all is well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for going with us. This is just all part of us getting geared up for next year. We're gonna have so much meat to offer you guys. Pork, chicken, and beef. We will be cranked off starting in January. So be making plans for that. If you're interested in getting some meat, we're working on all the logistics of that, and we'll be sharing that with y'all. If you like this video and you like our videos and you think they could help someone else, please share our videos. That helps us more than you know. And subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell so you know when we upload. And we will see you guys Saturday. God bless. Okay, these pigs are biting me.